Hey guys, welcome back to another video of Bloom Outdoors. So today we are going to be installing the Husky rear wheel well guards or liners, whatever you want to call them. So here is what it came with in the box. The box is underneath it. I just didn't want to get them dirty by having them sit on the floor. So we have I think the inner one is the driver's side and the outer one is the passenger side. It says on the back of them what they are. It also comes with your hardware and directions. So first step, and I already knew you'd have to do it before I even opened them, was you were going to have to clean out the wheel wells. So I just went ahead and I did that already. I just washed the truck and then I came back here and I cleaned out the wheel wells before I even really started filming, just because I knew I'd have to do it. Kind of hard to see. But yeah, they're pretty clean in there. I got pretty much everything clean in there. They're good for the most part. When you see it at just the right angle, you can kind of tell there's some stuff like rubber or something caked up on the side of it, or I don't know, some crap. But I don't know, I cleaned them out. What I did is I took it to the car wash. They kind of sprayed it out. But I came back here and I took a wet rag. I just got a rag and I like soaked the entire thing, wringed it out or whatever. And then I wiped down the whole inside of the wheel well. I did it on both sides. Wiped it down a couple times. And I took a dry towel and I dried it off just to make sure it was pretty clean in there. I think I got everything. I got all this area right here. I got up in there. I got behind this lip right here. You can feel it and it's really smooth back there. There's no dirt or anything. So I did that on both sides. So we should be good to go. It should be clean. So I guess let's just get right into it and start putting them in. Yeah, it's nice outside for once. So I got the door open. That's the first. So I don't know what you guys can see or not, but there's a serial number right here. This one says PS, and then the numbers PS meaning passenger side, and the one on the inside is right here, and it says DS for driver's side. And I'll just start with the driver's side since we are already over here. So first thing we gotta do is, it came with a bag of hardware. First thing we gotta do is get two of these little U-clips. Those are what they call them. Get two of these U-clips out, and they are going to go over this hole and this hole. So both of these two, I think they're called B and C in the instructions. I am going to face it with the flat end towards me, so there's kind of a flat end where it goes in, and the back side where it looks like it should come out. So I'll put the like going inside towards me so that the bolt will screw onto it easier. So first clip should just slide right up there like that over that hole, and the second one should do the exact same. So next step that we're going to do is you pull out the wheel well liner for the side that you're on, and I'm on the driver's side. So double check, make sure, yep, driver's side. You're going to take this and stick it in behind the tire, so that way you're able to shove it up in there, and you're going to want to get this lip up behind here. So come in here. Stuck in there. Now you gotta shove it up in here so you get this lip behind this piece of the whole wheel well. So I got that side put in. It was pretty easy. You just slid it up like that. Those two pinholes pretty much aligned for the most part. Might have to move it around a little bit to get them to line up perfectly. I have that side put in. It's just kind of a struggle getting this back side in right now, because it's always the last part that's got to be the hardest to get in. So it's pretty much in there all the way. I'm not quite sure if this backside piece is in all the way, but overall the whole thing's kind of shoved in there and tucked in. I don't know, when I look at it, it almost looks like the left side's kind of sitting lower, but I can't really get the whole thing to turn that way. It just doesn't want to. Because this piece is pretty much already hitting the bottom over here. This piece, there we go. See, this piece back here just really doesn't want to go in. It kind of sits down on each corner. Just when I look straight at it, I don't know, kind of looks like the whole thing sits to the left a little bit. So our next step, after we just got this piece put in, then we will line up the pre-drilled holes in the wheel well liner into those little U-clips we just put in. Take out 2 bolts, both Phillips heads. They should all be Phillips heads. And then we'll screw them in to those little U-clips we just put in. They really didn't exactly line up perfectly, but when you kind of turn it towards it, like this one's a little bit to the left, the hole is, if you can tell. Kind of take your screwdriver in there, try and move it to the right a little bit so it lines up with that hole. Otherwise, when you start screwing it in, kind of aim it towards that hole and it'll move itself around. So just kind of aim it towards that hole a little bit. Start screwing it in, and it'll figure it out just like it did there. Then it'll hook in and then just screw them in. Alright, so now what we're going to do is for locations A and D, which on the fender flare, or not fender flare, but wheel well liner is right here, and same thing is right back up in that corner. What you're going to do is you're going to take one of those same bolts, you're going to screw it through that hole, and there is already a hole in the metal on the truck, so you're just going to go straight through that, and then these U-clips, you're going to put one on the back side so it acts as a nut. It'll screw through the rear wheel well liner and then go through the sheet metal of the truck with this U-bolt on the back side to grab onto it, acting as a nut. So we'll go ahead and do the back one and then we'll do the front one. And then another thing with that too is you're really going to know if you're in all the way and lined up based off where these holes are at. So when I feel back here, I can find, where'd it go, that hole I've got to go through. And it feels like that hole is just a smidge above where the hole in this wheel well liner is. So I'm going to have to move that that liner up a little bit so that the 2 holes line up with each other. Alrighty, there we go. So I just wasn't quite all the way in apparently. There was these little like tack welds or whatever right there, and I just couldn't quite get that liner around there. So basically my hole sat like right here on the truck, the hole on the truck, and the hole on the liner sat about 1 inch over. So that was really kind of giving me some trouble, but it was just because I didn't have the thing stuck in all the way. But now it's in all the way, and I can kind of push that liner over here with that screw in there. And then right there, those holes line up. Yeah, it kind of looks funky to me. It looks like it almost kind of pushes this out a little bit, but it doesn't do that. I looked at the other side, and the other side is the same as this, and I haven't put that side in yet. But I got that bolt stuck through, so now we're going to take this little U-clip, stick it on the back side, and we will twist the screw It's kind of hard to screw this one in with the tire in the way, but just a normal, like, whatever this is, 8-inch screwdriver worked. But definitely can't use anything too long. We've got that guy in, and now it'll be the same thing on this side, but I don't know what you guys can see, but the hole on the liner is right here. The hole on the back side should be somewhere right around there. I can't see straight through there, so it's not perfectly lined up, but I'll just kind of move it around a little bit and we should be able to find that hole just fine. Yeah, same kind of thing. So the hole's right here for the liner, and the hole we're looking for is right back here. So it's just because of, feels like maybe a couple of these welds here, and it's not quite in all the way. So just kind of push it around. There we go. There we go. It's all the way in now. And if you just kind of feel all the way around, it should, you can see when you look at your truck, you got these little welds on the whole thing. And this liner should be tucked back behind all those welds. But for me, when I started, it kind of sat on the front of them in the corners because it was a little difficult to get them in. But see that hole? Stick our bolt through. We'll get this U-clip on the back side, and then we'll screw it down. And just like that, you should be able to feel all the way around it. It's kind of hard to tell right up top up here. There might be a small gap where mud and stuff could get in and behind them, but I don't really think so. It's hard to tell. So now that we got that, we'll go around, double check all our screws, make sure everything's tight, nothing's gonna fall out while we're driving. Just like that. This side's done. Got that guy in there. So yeah, we had a bolt right back up in there, 2 right there, and another one right back there. And yeah, this wheel well liner goes, if you can see, show you this side. This liner goes up behind those welds right there, and it goes all the way up and around. And another thing with it too is just all the stuff back here, like all the metal and stuff went right here. And you can see right here where that liner drops back, you have an extra 6 inches or so of protection, I guess you could say, by this thing, by this liner. So it's gonna cover up a bunch of that stuff back there. You're not gonna have to worry about dust and dirt and rocks and all that crap getting in there. So the only thing with it, I really don't know if it did this before or not. You can kind of tell right now, you guys can, but I can tell in person more, is this like lip here. I don't know if it was this pressed out, you could say. I thought it was kind of flatter on the whole thing. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, I thought it was flatter right here, kind of, instead of at an angle. I thought it kind of sat like this, but maybe it is kind of angled the whole way around. Or maybe it's because when I put that liner in, it kind of pressed up on it. I don't know. But yeah, so that's how you install it. Pretty easy. It took I don't know, 10 minutes or so on this side, and it'll probably take about the same amount of time on the other side. Honestly, hardest part was probably cleaning out the wheel well itself before I put them in, or trying to get it behind this lip. That was a little difficult. But overall, not too bad. These things were pretty cheap too. I want to say they were 80 bucks, so nothing too expensive. You don't necessarily, so when you think about it, you don't necessarily have to do it to a 2015 F-150 and newer, because they are all aluminum. But when you have something older, like a 2012 or, you know, an old one where it's just steel, it'd probably be a good idea, so that way your wheel wells don't rust through, especially on those Chevys, since those trucks really like to do it. I'd say pick yourself up a set of them, install it. I don't know about other trucks if it's this easy. I kind of assume it is. Super easy install. I'll leave a link for it down in the description below. I really don't think I need to show you the other side because it will literally be the exact same thing as this. But I will do it anyways real quick and then show it to you guys just so we can double check and make sure it works the same exact way. But yeah, before you do it, I want to make sure you clean out your wheel wells real nice. Make them all shiny. Another thing with it too is if you're buying a brand new truck and putting these in, I would definitely consider doing it right away when you buy it. So that way, before like winter hits, or basically you drive a lot and you get a bunch of stuff thrown up in your wheel wells, I'd say do it almost right away after you buy it, so that way you have protection in your wheel well for almost the whole entire time you own the truck, or until you want to take them off, or until you sell the truck, whatever you do. But I definitely say if you're getting a new truck, then just do it right away when you get it. Should be one of the first things you do. Super easy to do, and it will help a lot for protection. But yeah, let me show you guys again real quick what I was talking about, so you can see when it's sitting here how the inside of the bed is right there, and that liner sits down about right here. So you can cover up the body. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but you can cover up, or not the body, but the frame. You can cover up part of your shock, cover up maybe even part of your exhaust, but the wheel well line, or the wheel wells as well, so you don't throw as much crap all over the place, and you can just keep it a lot cleaner for a lot longer amount of time. But like I said, especially if you have a steel body pickup, and like with those Chevys and Dodges even too, you know, they're prone to rust through right at the bedside here, so it might be worth your $80 to go buy some and install it, rather than let your truck rust through, have to buy a whole new bed for $500 or whatever it is. But anyways, let's do this side real quick, and then I'll be back with you guys. Alrighty guys, and just like that, this side is done. Just a couple seconds for you. But yeah, overall it took me about 10-15 minutes or so on this side. But I kind of had the same issue as the other side, where I could get one side in. I started on this side, I got this side in, and I got it back around these little welds fine, but this side was an absolute struggle for me. Kind of the same deal. I had to pull it forward as much as I could and kind of push it back around. But long story short, eventually I ended up getting it. Same thing with the 4 bolts, one there, one down there, and one down there. And as you could tell from noted before, the bed is this like push out right here, and that liner drops down further down. So you can protect in between the bed and the frame of the truck. But like I said, I think they were about $80 or so. I'm pretty sure it was around that. I bought them maybe a month ago, and I just haven't put them on yet until just now. Finally got them on. Only thing is, I don't know if this shows up on camera, but to me it almost looks like this one's kind of tipping to the left. I don't know if that's just me or if it's actually like that or not, but I don't know. That's kind of what I'm feeling from it. But yeah, that's how they turned out. I think it turned out pretty well. I think it took about 30 minutes or so in total to do. Give or take a couple minutes. Kind of depends how fast or how slow of worker you are. For if you're going to do it yourself, that's just estimate 30 minutes or so. Super easy to do. Hardest part is probably trying to get it up behind that lip on some areas, along with just make sure that your wheel well is clean before you install them. Make sure you clean it out real good, because you really don't want it to be dirty before you put them in, because I don't see a purpose in putting them in if you're just going to leave it dirty before you throw them in. So just make sure it's clean before you do that. And also, like I said, I think these would work best for if you have a steel body pickup, especially like the Chevys and Dodges where they rusted the wheel wells a lot. So not necessarily for like the aluminum body style as this one is, but I wanted to do it anyways because personally I think it just looks good too. It just makes it all black. It looks real clean up in there. I like the look of it. I think it turned out well. Easy install. Link for these exact ones in the description below, and they are Husky. Here's the box. They are Husky wheel well guards. But yeah, drop a comment and let me know what you guys think about them. Drop a like at the video if you guys like the channel or page and want to see more videos. But yeah, drop a comment down below of what else you guys think I should do next to the truck, what other products you guys want to see me do. I am open for all kinds of suggestions. Just let me know in the comments down below. But as always, thanks for watching another video of Bloom Outdoors. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will catch you guys next time.